Hello friends, in our last lecture we have learned why to learn accountancy. We learned about the double entry system of accounting and we also learned the golden rules of accounting. Okay, we will repeat the golden rules once again and then we will start solving one problem on how to record journal entries. Okay, so all the business transactions or the accounting information which has to be recorded in our account books can be divided into three types. Information relating to persons called as personal accounts. Owner is a person, bank, suppliers, creditors, customers and debtors. These are all personal accounts. Personal account rules are debit the receiver and credit the giver. Now, in a business we have a lot of assets like cash, buildings, machinery, furniture, computers, vehicles, land, and we can have many more such assets. All these assets are called as real accounts, and the real account rules are debit what comes in and credit what goes out. In the same way, in a business we are going to incur a lot of expenditure, purchases, advertisement, wages, salaries, electricity, telephone. These are all expenses which we incur in a business. And we also get some income in our business by selling the goods and by providing our services, that is called as sales. Now, all these information, expenses, losses, incomes and gains are together called as nominal accounts. And the nominal account rules are debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So nominal account rules are debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So we'll repeat the rules once again. There are three types of accounts. There are three nature of accounts: personal accounts, real accounts and nominal accounts. Personal account rules are debit the receiver from the business and credit the giver to the business. Real account rules are debit what comes into the business and credit what goes out of the business. Nominal account rules are debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains. So in the accounting language we have only two words, debit, credit, or we can say there are only two sides, debit side, credit side, or we can say there are only two lines, debit line and credit line. So what should be debited, what should be credited? This is the entire subject called as accountancy. So we have to decide what should be debited, what should be credited, which account has to be debited, which account has to be credited, what should be added, what should be subtracted. This is what we do in our accountancy subject. Now let us solve one problem on recording of journal entries. Okay. Now let us take up the first problem. Record journal entries in the books of Mr. Badrinath for the month of January 2013. I hope you remember the story which I have just now told to you. And we'll just now record all the transactions of that particular story in the form of journal entries. Now, what do you mean by a journal? All the transactions of the business have to be recorded. They have to be recorded in a book called as the journal. The accountant is going to record all the transactions which took place in the business in books called as the journal. Now, what is the job of the accountant? The job of the accountant is to record all the transactions of the business in a scientific language called as the double entry system of accounting. He is going to use debits and credits. He is going to use these rules to record all the transactions of the business in the books kept for recording the transactions. Now, accountant, he will have one assumption in his mind. He always assumes one thing. He assumes that accountant, I am the employee of the business. I am not an employee of the owner. I am an employee of the business. I am not an employee of the owner. For the accountant, business is the owner. For the accountant, business and the owner are two separate people. He says owner is some other person and business is some other person. I am an accountant of a person called as the business. I am recording the transactions of the person called as the business. Where am I recording them? I am recording them in the books kept for recording the transactions of the business. For me, even an owner is like an outsider. Even though he is introducing capital, he is controlling the business, he is going to enjoy the profits. For the accountant, even the owner is an outsider. This is what he assumes. So the person who knows how to use this language perfectly, the language of debit and credit perfectly. The person who is going to record the transactions of the business in a journal, he is called as the accountant. Okay, so now we are going to become accountants. Let us assume we are the accountants of the business. We have to record the transactions which took place in the business in the double entry system of accounting. Let us take up the transactions. First transaction, cash introduced as capital, 2 crores. The owner, he is introducing 2 crores as cash as capital into the business. He has introduced 2 crore rupees into the business as capital. Now, how will the accountant record this particular entry? Now, as I told you, accountancy is a 2-line language. There are only 2 lines in this language, debit and credit. The top line is called as the debit line and the bottom line is called as the credit line. Short form of debit is DR and short form of credit is CR. Something has to be recorded in the first line and something has to be recorded in the second line. Now how does he record this particular transaction? Cash is coming into the business. Who gave this cash to the business? A person called as the owner has given this cash to the business. Now how will this entry be recorded in the books of accounts? Now what should be written in the first line and what should be written in the second line? That is what we have to decide. Cash is coming into the business. Now should cash be credited or debited? What he should do? No. You have to ask, cash, what is your nature? You have to ask cash, what is your nature? Is cash a personal account? No. Is cash an expenditure and a loss, income and a gain? No. Cash is a real account. So we have to apply real account rules to cash. Cash is a real account. Now we have to ask the question, is cash coming into the business or is cash going out of the business? In this particular transaction, cash is coming into the business. It is not going out. What are real account rules? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Now, is cash coming into the business or going out of the business? In this particular transaction, cash is coming into the business. So we have to choose this rule. According to this rule, debit what comes in. What is coming in? Cash is coming into the business and it has to be debited. So we are going to debit cash. Cash account debtor 2 crore rupees. So we have to record cash in the first line. We have to debit cash. Now, who gave this cash to the business? Who gave this cash to the business? An outsider called as the owner gave this cash to the business. I think before I start this problem, I told you, accountant will treat in his mind that business is a person separate from the owner. Owner is a third party and I am accountant of a person called as the business. So he is an accountant of a person called as the business. So owner is an outsider. So an outsider gave money to the business. So till the time we repay the money to him, it is a loan for the business. We have to remember the owner as a giver of loan to the business. We cannot forget the owner because he is a third party, he is an outsider, he gave some money to the business. It's a liability for the business, it's a loan for the business. Till the time we repay the money, we cannot forget the owner. We have to remember the owner as giver of capital. We have to remember owner as giver of capital because he gave capital to the business. Now you have to ask, owner, what is your nature? Is owner personal account, real account or nominal accounts? If you see, owner, capital, it is a personal account. Now what are personal account rules? Debit the receiver from the business, credit the giver to the business. Now, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Now, we should remember owner as what? Is the owner receiving something from the business or is the owner giving something to the business? The owner should be remembered as a person who gave capital to the business. He is not receiving anything. He is giving capital. We have to remember the owner as a giver. So, credit the giver. So, if owner, giver, he has to be credited. So, now we are going to credit the owner's account. Instead of crediting the owner's account, we are going to credit the capital account. To capital account credit 2 crores. So we have credited the owner's account. So I'll repeat again. How do you record this entry? Cash comes into the business. Cash is real account. Real account rules are debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Cash is coming in, so cash was debited. Now, who gave this cash to the business? A person called as the owner, outsider, gave money to the business. Gave money to the business. We have to remember the owner as giver of money. Why should we remember? Because you have to give the money back. Whenever the owner wants, he can take the money back. He can demand his capital back from the business. That is why, till the time we give the money back to the owner, we have to remember him as a person who gave money to the business. Owner, he is a personal account. He has to be remembered as a giver, so his account should be credited. Instead of writing the name of the owner, we record the name capital. So capital account should be credited. So this is how a journal entry is recorded in a book called as the journal. Now what is the logic behind this entry? I'll write the logic here. Cash, real account, comes in, it should be debited. Capital, I will write within brackets, owner, personal account, giver, credit. So this is the logic behind the journal entry. Now I just drew these boxes for you people to understand. Actually you won't have any such boxes when you are recording a journal entry. So the entry is cash account debtor 2 crores to capital account credit 2 crores. Cash account, real account coming in debit, capital, personal account, giver, credit. So this is the journal entry for the first transaction which was given. Okay. Now let us go forward and let us do the next transaction. I hope you are also recording and you are watching this video. Second transaction. Building purchased for cash 50 lakhs. You remember Badrinath, as soon as he started his business, the first thing he did was he purchased a building. Building purchased for cash 50 lakhs. You have to imagine transactions. If you imagine transactions, it becomes very easy to record journal entries for those transactions. Cash is going out of the business and an asset called as building is coming into the business. So we are paying cash and we are receiving an asset called as building. Building will not walk and come into the business. We are getting the rights of an asset called as the building and we are giving away an asset called as cash. So how to record a journal entry for this transaction? Let us learn how to record a journal entry for this transaction. Again, we are faced with the question, which account has to be debited, which account has to be credited. What should be written here, what should be written here? That is the subject called as accountancy. Now, imagine what is happening. An asset called as building is coming in, an asset called as cash is going out. So, if you ask, building, what is your nature? You have to find out what is the nature of building. Building nature is, it is a real account. What are real account rules? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Building, it's a real account. In this particular transaction, it is coming into the business. That is why building account has to be debited. So I am going to write building in the debit side. Building account debtor 50 lakhs. Okay. Now, what was the other part of the transaction? We got the building and we paid cash. Cash is going out. So to ask cash, what is your nature? What is the nature of cash? Again, cash is a real account. What are real account rules? Debit what comes into the business, credit what goes out of the business. What is going out? Cash is going out. So cash account has to be credited. So I am going to write cash in the credit side. To cash account credit 50 lakhs. This letter T should start below the third letter in the debit entry. So it should start below I. This is how we write a journal entry. Building account debtor 50 lakhs to cash account credit 50 lakhs. What is the logic I used for recording this entry? The logic was building real account comes in debit cash. Again, it is also a real account. goes out, credit. Both billing and cash in this particular transaction were real accounts. Billing, debit what comes in. Cash, real account, credit what goes out. Both billing and cash were real account. Real account rules are debit what comes in, credit what goes out. What was coming in this particular transaction? Billing, so it was debited. What was going out in this transaction? Cash was going out in this transaction, it was a real account, so it was credited. I hope this particular transaction is clear for you. Let us proceed. Let us take up the third transaction. Furniture purchased for cash. Again we are purchasing one more asset. Furniture is purchased for cash, 20 lakhs. Imagine what is happening. An asset called as furniture is coming in and an asset called as cash is going out. Furniture is coming into the business and cash is going out of the business. Furniture, what is your nature? If you see, furniture is a real account. And let us ask, the other part of the transaction, cash was going out. Cash, what is your nature? Again, cash is real account. Furniture is a real account. Cash is also a real account. That means we are going to apply real account rules to both furniture and cash. So how are you going to record the transaction now? What are real account rules? Debit what comes in. What was coming into this transaction? Furniture. It is a real account. It is coming in. So furniture should have been debited. What was going out in this transaction? Cash was going out. Cash is also a real account. Credit what goes out. Again I will repeat it again once for you. Real account rules are debit what comes in. What was coming in? Furniture. That is, it has been debited. Credit what goes out. What was going out? Cash was going out. So cash has to be credited. So what is the entry we are going to pass? Which account has to be debited? Furniture account has to be debited and cash account has to be credited. Let us record a journal entry for this transaction also. So what is the entry you are going to write? Furniture account debtor 20 lakhs to cash account credit 20 lakhs. So this is how we pass a journal entry. Now why did we write the entry like this only? Why did we not write cash in the debit side and why did we not write furniture in the credit side? We have followed a logic. Let us write the logic also here. Furniture, real account, comes in, debit. Cash, real account, goes out, credit. So this was the logic behind the entry. Furniture, real account, coming in, debit. Cash, real account, in this transaction going out, that is where this account was credited. I hope this transaction is clear for you. Let us proceed and learn the next transaction. Machinery purchased for cash, 20 lakhs. We are again purchasing a machinery. Machinery purchased for cash, 20 lakhs. So we are buying an asset called as machinery. Machinery is coming into the business and in exchange we are paying cash. Machinery is coming into the business, cash is going out of the business. We have to ask, machinery, what is your nature? Machinery is a real account. We have to ask, cash, what is your nature? Cash is again a real account. That means we are going to apply real account rules to both machinery and cash. So what are real account rules? Debit what comes in. What is coming in? Machinery. So machinery has to be debited. What are real account rules? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. What is going out? Cash is going out. So cash account has to be credited. So what is the entry we are going to pass? The entry we are going to pass is machinery account debtor to cash account. Let us record the entry. Machinery account debtor 20 lakhs to cash account credit 20 lakhs. What is the logic behind the entry? Machinery, real account, comes in, debit. Cash, real account, goes out, credit. So machinery was real account, coming in the transaction, so it was debited. cash. It is a real account. It was going out of the business. That is why we have to credit the transaction. One point you have to remember is when you are recording the transactions, you have to record the transactions from the point of view of the business. You have to always think that we are the business. You have to think from the point of view of the business, not from the point of view of the owner. Okay? Now, let us learn how to record the next transaction. Computers purchased for cash. So we are again purchasing one more asset. Computer purchased for cash. So an asset called as computer is coming in and an asset called as cash is going out. So how do you record the transaction? An asset called as computer is coming in and an asset called as cash is going out. So both are real accounts. Computer is a real account and cash is also a real account. So what are real account rules? Debit what comes in. What is coming in? Computer. So it has to be debited. Credit what goes out. What is going out? Cash is going out. So cash has to be credited. So what is the entry we are going to pass? The entry we are going to pass is computer account debtor 50,000 to cash account credit 50,000. This is the entry we are going to pass. What is the logic behind the entry? Computer, real account, comes in, debit, cash, again it is a real account. If you can see, computer is a real account, cash is also a real account. Real account goes out, credit. So this is the entry we are going to record for the transaction. Computer purchased for cash. Let us proceed. Let us go to transaction number 6. Purchased gold biscuits for cash 50 lakhs. I hope you remember Mr. Badrinath was engaged in the business of jewellery. He was buying gold biscuits with the help of machinery, making them into jewellery and then selling them. So for Mr. Badrinath, gold biscuits are a raw material for him. He will purchase raw material called as the gold biscuits. With the help of machinery, he will convert them into jewellery and then he will sell them. So now we are purchasing raw material for the business and we are paying how much cash? 50 lakhs rupees cash we are paying. So we are purchasing raw material and we are paying cash. How should this transaction be recorded? You have to remember only one thing. As soon as we purchase raw material or as soon as we purchase goods which we are going to sell in our business, as soon as we purchase raw material, as soon as we buy goods which we are going to sell in our business, immediately upon purchase they have to be recorded as an expense in the books of accounts of the business. Raw material are an expenditure for our business. So as soon as you buy raw material, show the raw material as an expense in the books of accounts of the business. And we should record the expense with the name purchases. We have to record the expense in the name what? Purchases. So as soon as we buy the raw material, we have to show the raw material as an expense in the books of account. There is no 2 points on this. As soon as you buy, show it as an expense. Okay. Purchases, what is your nature? Purchases is nominal account. Expenses and losses, purchases account has to be debited. So as soon as you buy raw material, immediately the value of raw material has to be recorded as an expense in the books of accounts of the business. So let us record the entry. So as soon as we buy the raw material, we have to record the raw material as an expense in our books of account. Purchases account debtor 50 lakhs. So we have to debit immediately purchase. Why did I debit purchases? Purchases, nominal account, expenses and losses, it has to be debited. Okay. Now we also paid cash. Cash is going out of the business. Cash, what is your nature? Cash is a real account. What are real account rules? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Cash is going out of the business, so cash account has to be credited. So I am going to credit cash. To cash account, credit 50 lakhs. What is the logic behind the entry? Purchases, nominal account, expenses and losses, debit, cash, real account, going out, credit. This is the entry. Okay. There is an alternative treatment also. There are a school of authors and in many books also it is written that raw material, goods, inventory, they are real accounts. Nothing wrong. You can even treat raw material, inventory as real accounts. If you apply real account rules to inventory, then inventory, when you purchase it, inventory coming in, that is why that account has to be debited. So whether you treat inventory as real account or nominal account, the entry is not going to change, it is going to remain the same. So what is entry we are going to write? Purchases, nominal account, expense plus debit, cash, real account, going out, credit. Okay. Now let us take up the next transaction. Purchased gold biscuits for credit from Mr. Bangaram, supplier. Purchased gold biscuits on credit from Mr. Bangaram, supplier, 1 crore 50 lakhs rupees. Now, we are buying some more raw material. What is the value of the raw material? 1 crore 50 lakhs. Now we are not buying it for cash, we are buying it on credit. So how do you record the transaction? You have purchased raw material. As soon as you buy raw material, immediately record it as an expenditure in our books of accounts. Don't wait for the payment of cash, because whether we pay the money today or tomorrow does not make a difference. As soon as we buy raw material, immediately show it as an expense in our books of accounts, or you can say raw material, inventory, real account coming in, debit. No problem, you can use both the rules. Okay. So as soon as you buy raw material, immediately record it as an expense in your books of accounts. Raw material, purchases, nominal account, it has to be debited. Okay. Purchases account debtor 1 crore 50 lakhs. Now, whose account has to be credited? Did we pay cash? No. Did we issue a check? No. We have to remember the supplier as the giver of loan to the business. We have to still pay 1.5 crore rupees to the supplier. Till the time we pay the money to the supplier, we cannot forget him. We cannot forget him. We have to remember him as a person who gave a loan to the business. He has actually given a loan to the business. So till the time we pay the money to the supplier, we have to remember the supplier as a giver of loan to the business. Supplier, what is your nature? Supplier, personal account, debit the receiver. He is not a receiver here. Credit the giver. We have to remember him as a giver. So his account has to be credited. Who was the supplier? What was his name? Mr. Bangaram. So write to Mr. Bangaram, account credit 1 crore 50 lakhs. What is the logic behind the entry? Purchases, nominal account, expenses and losses, debit, Mr. Bangaram, personal account, we have to remember him as a giver. He is a giver. We have to remember him as a giver of a loan. That is why his account has to be credited. So we are remembering the supplier as a giver of loan. Why should we remember? Because tomorrow we have to repay him. When he asks, we cannot say that I don't know who you are. Till the time you repay the money, we have to remember him as a giver of loan to the business. And when you repay the loan, then you can forget him. No problem. Okay, I think you are able to understand the particular entry. What is the entry you are going to write? Purchases, account debtor to Mr. Bangaram account. Logic, purchases, nominal account, expense loss debit, Mr. Bangaram, personal account, giver, credit. So this is the entry for the transaction. So you have to remember, as soon as we buy raw material, whether we pay cash or not, you have to immediately record it as an expense in your books of accounts. Even though you have not paid cash, immediately record the raw material as an expense in your books of accounts. Even if you have paid cash, please record the raw material in your books of accounts. As soon as you buy, show the raw material as an expense in your books of accounts. That is also called as the accrual concept. Okay. Let us continue further. What happened next? Advertising expenses paid 25 lakhs in cash. After the jewelry was ready, before we opened the shop, we have spent 25 lakhs rupees on advertisement expenses. Now, how do you record the entry? Now, before we continue, tell me one question. Tell me the answer for this question. At the end of the year, you want to calculate profits. How are you going to calculate the profits? At the end of the year, profits can be calculated only by totaling all the incomes for the year, totaling all the gains for the year, total all the expenses for the year incurred, find out the difference between total of incomes and total of expenses. That will be your profit figure. So at the end of the year, the accountant has an important responsibility of calculation of profits. And how does he discharge his responsibility? He will total all incomes which were recorded throughout the year. He will total all the expenses recorded throughout the year, and he will find the difference. And that figure will be called as profit or loss. Now, to calculate profit at the end of the year, throughout the year, all the incomes have to be recorded. You cannot keep them in your mind. You have to keep recording them. And in the same way, we have to also keep recording all our expenses. Only then we will be able to calculate the profits at the end of the year. So what is this transaction? Advertising expenses paid 25 lakhs. So we have to remember the expense. We have to immediately record it in our books of accounts. We have to remember the expenditure. What is the expense called as? Advertisement expenses. So we have to remember the advertisement expenses, and for this advertisement expenses, how much we have paid? We have paid 25 lakhs in cash. Now let us learn how to record an entry for the transaction. How much cash is going out of the business? 25 lakhs rupees cash is going out of the business. Cash, what is your nature? Cash is a real account. It is going out. That is why that account has to be credited. So I immediately credit cash account. To cash account credit 25 lakhs. Okay, I have credited cash account. Which account should be debited? Why is cash going out? This is what you have to ask. Why is cash going out? Cash is going out for an expenditure called as advertisement. For an expense called as advertisement. For an expense called as advertisement. Cash is going out. So we have to record the expense also. What is the name of the expense? Advertising expenses. So you have to immediately record the name of the expense also. Advertisement expenses account debtor 25 lakhs. So the entry will be advertisement expenses account debtor 25 lakhs to cash account credit 25 lakhs. What is the logic behind the entry? Advertising expenses, nominal account, expenses and losses, debit, cash, it is a real account, it is going out, that is why this account has to be credited. For an expenditure called as advertisement, cash is going out. So advertisement expense account has to be debited and cash account has to be credited. So this is the logic behind the entry. Advertisement, nominal account, expense loss debit, cash, real account, going out, credit. So this is the entry for the particular transaction. Let us go forward and let us learn the next transaction also. Jewelry sold for cash 2 crores. Jewelry sold for cash 2 crores. So you have sold the jewelry and we have received cash. Now, when we purchase raw material, the value of the raw material is recorded as an expense in our books of accounts. When we purchase raw material, we show the value of the raw material as an expense in our books of accounts. In the same way, when the goods are sold, when we sell the goods, value of the goods sold should be shown as an income in our books of accounts. So as soon as you sell the goods, value of the goods sold has to be shown as an income in our books of accounts. What is the value of the goods sold? 2 crores. So the value of the goods which have been sold has to be recorded as an income in our books of accounts. If purchases is an expense, sales is automatically an income. Okay, and how are we getting this income? We are getting this income in cash. We are receiving cash 2 crores for an income called as sales. So how are you going to record the entry? Cash is coming in. Cash, what is your nature? Cash is real account. It is coming in. So cash account has to be debited. So I'll debit cash. Cash account debtor 2 crores. Now, why did we receive the cash? Is it a loan? Should we give it back to somebody? No, we are not going to give this cash back to anybody. It is our income. We can enjoy this income. What is the name of the income? Sales. When you buy raw material, you show it as expense, called as purchases. When you sell away the goods, we have to show the value of the goods sold as an income. This cash is coming into the business for an income called as sales. So you have to record the name of the income also here. 2. Sales account credit 2 crores. Cash account has to be debited. Value of the goods sold. When you purchase, value of the goods purchased is an expense. When you sell, value of the goods sold is an income. Okay. Now what is the entry or what is the logic we are going to write here? Cash, it is a real account. It is coming in. That is why this account is debited. Sales, it is a nominal account. Again, it is an income and a gain. That is why this account is credited. So sales is a nominal account, income and gain. That is why this account has been credited. Okay. Let us continue. Next transaction. Jewellery sold on credit to Mr. Daridranath, 10 lakhs rupees. Jewellery has been sold on credit to Mr. Daridranath, 10 lakhs rupees. How are you going to record this transaction? We have sold some more goods on credit to Mr. Daridranath. Okay, let us continue with the first problem. Jewellery sold on credit to Mr. Daridranath, 10 lakhs rupees. Now, how do you record this transaction? We are selling jewellery on credit to Mr. Daridranath, 10 lakhs rupees. How are you going to record this transaction? Now, as soon as you sell the goods, the value of the goods sold has to be immediately shown as an income in the books of accounts of the business. You have to immediately record it as an income in our books of accounts. Okay. So sales account has to be immediately credited. To sales account credit 10 lakhs. Now the question comes, what should be debited? Who received the goods? Daridranath received the goods. Did he pay money to us? No. He has taken our goods, but he has not paid money to us. Till the time he pays the money to us, we have to remember Mr. Daridranath as a debtor. We have to remember him as a person who has received a loan from the business. So you have to remember him as a receiver of loan. You have to remember him as what? A receiver of a loan. Now you have to ask, Mr. Daridranath, what is your nature? Mr. Daridranath is a customer, personal account. How should we remember him? As a receiver or as a giver? We have to remember him as a receiver. So his account has to be debited. So right here, Daridranath account debtor 10 lakhs. So Daridranath account has to be debited and sales account has to be credited. So this is the entry. What is the logic? Daridranath personal account, we have to remember him as a receiver. That is why his account is debited. Sales, it is a nominal account. Income and gain, this account has to be credited. So what is the logic behind the entry? Till the time Daridranath pays the money to the business, we have to remember him as a receiver of a loan. So we remember him as a receiver. Personal account, receiver, we have debited his account. And the value of the goods have been sold has to be recorded as an income in our books of accounts. That is why we have credited this particular account in this journal entry. Okay. So when you sell goods for cash, you write the entry cash account debtor to sales. When you sell the goods on credit to a customer, we pass the entry debtor account debit to sales account, or the customer account debit to the sales account credit. So this is the logic behind writing the entry. Okay, let us continue and go forward. Next transaction. Cash deposited into bank 1.5 crores. So when we sold the jewellery, we got 2 crore rupees cash, which is a lot of cash. Instead of keeping the cash with ourselves, we have sent 1.5 crore rupees to a bank. So 1.5 crore rupees cash is deposited in a bank. So how do you record the entry now? Cash is going out of the business. Who is receiving the cash from the business? Bank is receiving the cash from the business. Cash is going out, bank is receiving the cash from the business. So we are giving the money to a person called as the bank. Can we forget the bank? No. Till the time we take the money back from the bank, till the time you take the money back from the bank, you have to remember the bank as a receiver of money from the business. Till the time you take away your money, you have to remember the bank as a receiver. If you forget, that's over, they will enjoy the money. So till the time you take the money back from the bank, you have to remember bank as a receiver. Bank, what is your nature? Bank is a personal account. What are personal account rules? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Now in this transaction, bank has to be recorded as a receiver. You have to remember bank as a receiver. So bank account has to be debited. Bank account debtor 1 crore 50 lakhs. So we are recording bank as the receiver. Now, what is going out of the business? Cash is going out of the business. Cash, what is your nature? Cash is a real account. It is going out of the business in this transaction. That is why this account has to be credited. So we are going to credit the cash account to cash account credit 1 crore 50 lakhs. So what is the entry? Bank account debtor 1 crore 50 lakhs to cash account credit 1 crore 50 lakhs. Bank account, the bank is a personal account. It is not a natural person. It is a artificial legal person created by law. So till the time we take the money back from the bank, we have to remember bank as a person who has taken money from the business, who has received a loan from the business. Okay, so that is why bank, personal account, receiver, bank account was debited. Cash was real account, it was going out, that is why cash account was credited. Let us write the logic behind the entry. Bank, personal account, receiver, debit, cash, real account, going out, that is why cash account has to be credited. Okay. Let us go forward and record an entry for the next transaction. Wages paid in cash 50,000. So we are paying wages in cash 50,000. So how do you record the entry? Wages is an expenditure. For an expenditure called as wages, we are paying cash. Cash is going out for an expense called as wages. I told you, accountant has to keep recording all the expenses because at the end of the year he has to find profits. And how do you calculate profits? Total of incomes minus total of expenses. So throughout the year he has to keep recording the expenses. For an expense called as wages, cash is going out. So he has to ask the question now, wages, what is your nature? Is wages a personal account? No. Is it a real account? No. Wages is a expense and a loss. It is a nominal account. So wages account has to be debited. Wages, nominal account, expense and loss, that account has to be debited. So we are going to debit wages account. Wages account debtor 50,000. Now, how did we pay these expenses? We paid the expense in cash. Cash is going out. So cash account has to be credited. Wages account debtor to cash account credit 50,000. What is the logic behind the entry? Wages, it is a nominal account, it is an expense, that is why this account is debited. Cash, it is a real account, it is going out, that is why this account is credited. Wages, nominal account, expenses, debit, cash, real account, going out, credit. So this is the logic behind the entry. Let us go forward and record an entry for the next transaction. Go to transaction number 13 in problem number 1. Salary of the sales staff 40,000 rupees. We are paying salary for the sales staff 40,000 rupees. How do you record an entry for this transaction? For an expense called as salaries, we are paying cash. For an expense called as salaries, we are paying cash. So we have to record the expense called as salaries. And for this expense we are paying cash. How do you record the entry? Salary, what is your nature? Salary is a nominal account. It is an expense and a loss. This account has to be debited. Now, how are we paying salary? We are paying it in cash. Cash, real account. It is going out. That is why this account has to be credited. So what is the entry we are going to pass? We have to record the expense called as salary. Salaries account debtor 40,000. We have recorded the expense. And how this expense is paid? It is paid in cash. To cash account credit 40,000. Logic. Salary, nominal account, expenses, debit, cash, real account, going out, credit. Okay. Now, if you want, I'll explain the transaction once again for you. Cash is going out 40,000. Cash is going out, so you can immediately credit it. Real account, going out, credit. Why is the cash going out? Are we getting an asset in return? No. Are we buying goods? No. We are paying cash. Why we are paying cash? We are paying cash for an expense called as salary. So that is why salary account has to be debited. As I told you, the accountant will keep on recording the expense throughout the year. He has to record the expense called as salary. Salary account will be debited. Okay. Now let us take up the next transaction. Electricity bill paid in cash 10,000. Similar transaction. For an expense called as electricity expenses, we are paying cash. Expenses called as electricity are being paid in cash. So we have to record the expense called as electricity expenses. And how are we paying the expenses? In cash. So how are you going to record the entry? We have to ask the question, electricity expenses, what is your nature? It is not a personal account. It is not a real account. It is a nominal account. Nominal account rules are debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Electricity expenses account has to be debited. So we are going to debit electricity expenses account. And how are we paying these expenses? In cash. To cash account credit 10,000. What is the logic behind the entry? Electricity nominal account, expenses and losses debit, cash real account, going out, cash account is credited. Okay. So electricity account has been debited because it's a nominal account, expense and loss debit, cash is a real account, it is going out, so account has been credited. Let us take up the next transaction. Stationery purchased for cash 5,000. So now we have paid cash and we have purchased some stationery. Stationery is not raw material. Stationery is not goods. We cannot use the word purchases for recording purchase of stationery. If you are in the stationery business, then you can record stationery as purchases. Stationery is an expense. It is not raw material, it is not goods. So for an expense called as stationery, we are paying cash. If you were involved in stationery business, then you can write purchase account order to cash. So what is it we are going to write? For an expense called as stationery, we are paying cash. So what is it we are going to write? Stationery expenses account debtor to cash account. 5,000 rupees. What is the logic behind the entry? The logic behind the entry is stationery. It is a nominal account. Expense and loss debit. Cash. It is a real account. It is going out. That is why this account is credited. Okay. Let us take up the next transaction. Cash received from Daridranath, 2 lakhs rupees. How do you record the transaction now? Do you remember Mr. Daridranath? He was our customer. He took away our goods. Now he is paying us some money. He took goods worth 10 lakhs. He took a loan of 10 lakhs. Now he is repaying only 2 lakhs out of it. So we are receiving some cash from a person called as the customer. What is his name? Daridranath. So we are receiving cash. Cash is coming into the business. Real account. Coming in. Debit. Who gave this money to the business? A person called as Daridranath gave the money to the business. When he took goods, we remembered him as a receiver of loan. Now when he is repaying the loan, we have to remember him as a repayer of loan or as a giver of money to the business. So when he receives, we record him as a receiver. When he gives the money back, you have to record him as a giver. That is how we have to proceed. So what is the entry we are going to write? We are receiving cash. Cash account debtor 2 lakhs rupees. Who gave this money to the business? A person, customer, Daridranath. Personal account is giving money, so his account has to be credited. What is the logic behind the entry? Cash, real account, comes in, debit. Daridranath, personal account, giver, credit. So Daridranath account has to be credited because he is a giver of money to the business. Okay. When he received goods, we debited him. When he gave money, we have to credit him. Cash paid to Mr. Bangaram, 50 lakhs. I think you remember, we had purchased gold biscuits on credit worth 1.5 crores from Mr. Bangaram. Now out of that loan, we are now repaying 50 lakhs to the creditor. So we are repaying 50 lakhs to Mr. Bangaram. How is the entry going to be passed? When the supplier gave us the goods, we recorded him as a giver of loan. Now when he is taking the money back, we have to remember him as the receiver of money now. When he supplied goods, we record him as a giver. When he is receiving money back, we have to record him as a receiver. So cash is going out of the business. And who is receiving the cash? Mr. Bangaram is receiving the cash. He is the supplier. He is receiving the money now. So Mr. Bangaram, what is your nature? He is a personal account. And he is receiving money from the business. That is why his account has to be debited. So entry will be Mr. Bangaram, he is the supplier, account debtor 50 lakhs. Mr. Bangaram, personal account, receiver, debit. What is going out of the business? Cash is going out of the business. So cash account is credited. Cash is real account, going out, credit. Logic. Mr. Bangaram, personal account, receiver, debit. Cash, real account, going out, credit. That is why this account has been credited. Next transaction. Cash withdrawn from bank, 40 lakhs. We are withdrawing cash from the bank now. Earlier we had deposited money, now we are requirement of money, so we are bringing cash from the bank now. So we are going to the bank and we are withdrawing cash from the bank. How much are we withdrawing? 40 lakhs rupees we are withdrawing from the bank. So we are going to the bank and bringing cash into the business. Cash is coming into the business. Cash, what is your nature? Cash is a real account. It is coming in, that is why it has to be debited in the books of accounts of the business. Cash, real account, coming into the business, that is why it has to be debited. Who gave this money to the business now? Bank has given this money to the business. If you remember, when we deposited money in the bank, we remembered bank as a receiver. We recorded in our books of accounts as if bank received a loan from the business. Now we are taking the money back. So when you are taking the money back, you have to now record the bank as a giver. Okay, how do you record the entry now? Cash is coming into the business. Who is giving this cash to the business? Bank is giving this cash to the business. Cash account debtor 50 lakhs. Not 50 lakhs, 40 lakhs. Sorry. Cash account debtor 40 lakhs. Real account coming in, debit. Who gave this cash to the business? Bank gave this cash to the business. Bank account credit 40 lakhs. Bank, personal account, giver, credit. Logic. Cash, real account, coming in, debit, bank, personal account, giver, credit. This is the logic behind the entry. So when you deposit money in a bank, bank account is debited. When you withdraw money from the bank account has to be credited. Let us take up the next transaction and the last transaction in this problem. Paid telephone bill in check 6,000. So we are paying our telephone expenses in check. So telephone expenses is paid in check. Check means what? The telephone company will receive the money directly from our bank. When we issue a check to somebody, our bank is going to directly make the payment to them. So for an expense called as telephone expenses, who is making the payment on our behalf? Bank is making the payment on our behalf. So we have to record the telephone expense as an expense in our books. Who paid the money on our behalf? Bank paid the money on our behalf. So how are we going to record the entry? Telephone expenses account debtor. Immediately record as an expense. Who paid the money? We paid the money? No. Bank paid the money. Bank gave the money. So we have to now remember bank as a giver. Why is bank giving money? Because they have deposited money in the bank earlier. So out of that, bank is giving money on our behalf. Okay. So how do you write the entry now? Telephone expenses account debtor 6,000. Who paid the money on our behalf? Bank is the giver of money now. So bank account has to be credited. Bank account credit 6,000. Logic. Telephone expenses, nominal account, expenses and losses debit, bank, personal account, giver, credit. Bank is a personal account, giver of money on the behalf of the business, that is why that account has to be credited. So with this we complete the first problem. Before we stop, let us summarize what we have learned. There are three types of information which we have to record in our books of accounts. Information relating to persons, information relating to assets, information relating to expenses, losses and incomes and gains. Personal account rules are debit the receiver from the business, credit the giver. Real account rules are debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Nominal account rules are debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains. Okay. So I hope you were able to understand problem number 1. Now in my next lecture, I'll take up a detailed and a more complex problem where we learn how to record complex journal entries. Okay, thanks a lot.